All right, everybody, after that massive rally yesterday, what's the market doing today? Well, it's a little complacent. It's up right now, but look at this. Look at this stock that's, I think it's about 8 or 9% of the S&P 500. I'm talking about Nvidia, down almost $7.50. Matter of fact, Nvidia was down about $11 just a moment ago as the market is rallying. Now, if Nvidia is going to sell off, then the market's going to sell off. Like I said, it's about 9% of the triple Qs, that's the Nasdaq, and it's about 8% of the S&P 500. So if Nvidia goes down, the market's going down, but the market's catching a little bit of bid. We're going to catch a little bit of a falling knife in Nvidia. Now, it's rallied a little bit since I've put on this trade, and you know you can always catch my trades by going to those little lines over here and going to the follow page. You can see this trade long before you see the video by clicking on the bats. That's me. There's my Nvidia trade done earlier this morning at 10:05. The stock was 172. The stock is almost 175, and I'm going to do a bullish trade. I put my option podcast trades here, my option trades today podcast, just to show you which one it is. Let's look at what I'm doing. You can do this right from the tastytrade site. All you have to do is click on duplicate trade, agree, and you'll see here that I bought in January. I'm going to go for it, do it for you this way. In January, we like to be 45 days, closest to 45 days. 24 days. We like to close trades around 21 days. So I'm not going to put on a December trade unless I want to be really short or dated. For me, the optimal time frame is 45 days. I'm going into January. IV rank is nice and high at 49. The IV rank of the last year is relatively low at 22. Matter of fact, if you look here at volatility, it's actually been contracting on the way down, which is typical of a Nasdaq stock. Remember, Nasdaq stocks, high-flying stocks, actually have call skew, not put skew. That's why I think it's so important to get delta when something's going lower on the upside if you're bullish on a stock like Nvidia. So what am I doing? I'm going to January. I'm buying the 160 puts. I always go around that 25-ish delta, and I go far enough out where I can collect a credit that I like to do. Now, you notice on this podcast, a lot of times I'll collect closer to $2 or $1.50. You can go a little bit wider. I'm taking more of a delta stance on here. I've got 15 long deltas on this, and I'm buying the 160 put one time. I'm selling two of the 54 puts. If you do this right from the follow page, it will load up the amount of contracts 1 by 2, the smallest amount that you can do, so you don't have to make any mistakes. Just click on duplicate trades. Pops right up for you, and it pops up at the price that I did it at. So if you're not familiar whether the credit is better if it's higher or the credit is better if it's lower, obviously the higher credit you receive, the better off it is for you. I got 327, so I wouldn't chase this. Nvidia's been a little weak lately. The market is complacent. 3 of the 4 indices are higher, but the E-mini S&Ps and the Nasdaq have been weakest relative today compared to the Russell and IWM. So maybe Nvidia will sell off a little bit more. You can get in closer to a price or even better than what I got. Look at this trade. It has an 82% pop. It's got positive theta decay by 8 deltas. By $8. It's got 15 long delta. This is an omnidirectional, slightly long trade. Why do I say long trade? Well, it's obvious. It has 15 long delta, so it's definitely a long delta trade. And you can see here from this green line that we make money. The stock is all the way up here at 174. We make money all the way down to 145. So it's definitely a trade that has a high probability of success. It's definitely a trade whose break-even is quite low relative. 145 on the chart brings us all the way down to numbers that we haven't seen since early in the summer in June. Now, certainly possible because the expected move is around $23. If we're 174, that $23 range brings us down to around, that 150-ish area. Now look at this. That green line means I make money at around 150. So if it stays inside its expected move, then I make money. How much money can I make? Well, at 154, this 160 put that I'm long one time, against 2 short 154 puts. Those 154 puts would be worth nothing. I could actually make $600 plus the credit I received, and that's why my max profit is $9.27. If you were to do the trade right here, your max profit would be $8.65. I am using $3,200 in buying power, and obviously the stock could go to zero, although it's unlikely in the next 52 days. And obviously, there's a lot of things we can do against this trade by selling a $6 wide call spread or just selling a naked call, because we're already using the buying power of $3,200. Matter of fact, when I'm trying to adjust a trade, I'm trying to decrease or not use any additional buying power on the trade. The probability of profit is 90% on here. That's the probability of profit of making P50 of 50% of this $3.27 cent credit that I got. And that would be my price target on a trade like this too. All right, everybody, what do I need you to do? I need you to open, move, transfer, bring your account. Give some thanks to Tasty Trade on this Thanksgiving week and open up your account. Just transfer your account. And you know what we'll do for you? We're so thankful that they'll give you some money for bringing your account over to Tasty Trade, the #1 brokerage firm in the galaxy.